My name is Deborah Cox, and I did my report over God at work. In this book, I didn't really know what to expect whenever I saw the title. I was like, oh, it's just gonna have a lot of testimonies and stuff like that. But whenever I got into it, I realized that it was really about vocations and understanding what we're called to do. And one of the things that really stood out to me that I want to get started with was on page 140. And it just talked about this servant girl, and it was just talking about how they asked the question, how could you be more blessed? How could you be more blessed or lead a holier life? In God's sight, it is actually faith that makes a person holy. Whenever I read that, I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way. And then it continues on in saying, it alone serves God while our works serve people. Here you have every blessing, protection, and shelter under the Lord, and what is more, a joyful conscience and a gracious God. And a lot of the times we revert to feeling guilty or less spiritual when we work in the common, and we begin to think, well, I'm just doing a common day-to-day job, or I'm not doing anything to glorify him as I'm doing this regular job. So for me, it's working at HEB. And God truly values the little things we do, and he has us doing them for a reason. And a lot of the times we just take them for granted, and we just expect ourselves to be doing something great in the ministry, especially when we feel called to ministry. We're like, well, we should be doing something great. We should be leading millions of people to Jesus every single day, when that isn't a reality. We meet the little things, and we meet the little people, and we remind them of God's purpose, and we remind them of his love for us as his children, as his creation. In our vocation, we're not trying to earn our salvation by having upstanding service. But as Christians, I wrote this down, but as Christians, we serve our neighbors as we rest in the work of Christ. This comforts us even when we stumble in our service. We mess up so many times, and we stumble so many times. And sometimes we even make ourselves an obstacle to God's will. But he works in what we do despite all of this. And in everything, we're here to serve him. We're here to live for him, to trust him, to have faith in him, and believe that he's going to get us through the day, and that he's going to bring his promises to reality for us, and that he's going to bring what's honest and what's real and what's true, which is his love for us and his promises for us. He turns those all the way for us to see them and for us to recognize them. And our vocation, we talk about vocational ministry, but a lot of people don't even know what vocation is. And so I think this book it really helps you understand that. It helps you recognize that we can mess up so many times, but God's going to use us to grow his kingdom, and he's going to remind us how much he loves us And God is working through us and through the people around us constantly. So that's all. Love you, Dr. Hayes.